And this episode of Hat-Trick Hockey is brought to you by our good friends over at Claru and Son Roofing. These guys are the kings of roofing, Tristan, like we say, the kings of roofing. These guys last summer alone, over 25,000 bundles of shingles done. They're fully insured. They offer free estimates. The work they do is incredible, and they always get the job done right the first time. So be sure to hit up the boys over at Claru and Son Roofing because, like we always say, when you want your roof done, call Claru and Son, baby.
Mm-hmm.
No time. Woo, woo.
And what is going on, everybody out there? All of you beauts and beauties. It is episode number 141 of Hat-Trick Hockey, which is always brought to you by our good friends over at GL Heritage, the official beer of Hat-Trick Hockey. Like my hat, the hoodies, Tristan, even though he's wearing 73s, merch, still the same thing. Get it from the same shop. Just smash the link on the post. We'll bring
Accurate
you right into the merch
Creations.
store. Yeah. You can collect all of your sweet HTH merch. And here, as always, inside Windsor Laser Cutting Studios, I'll bring in my buddy Tristan inside Barker Builds. 73s have a new coach. DUBAS is gone. Veleno stomping on people. Lots of stuff to talk about. But before we get into all that, what's going on?
You know what? Not too much. Just enjoying the first month, off from school. It feels good. I've been able to work pretty much full time, so that's nice. Raking in the dough and in the afternoons, just chilling out, trying to enjoy some life, make some new friends, see some new places. But I'm looking forward to this off season, not only for the Wings, not only for the NHL, but also for the 73s, which bear with us, everybody. Keep your finger on the pulse.
Yes.
Yep.
We'll see. I can't wait either. But yeah, I've just been worked, all that stuff. Weather finally turned, so we're getting some nice weather now around here, which is good.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I got a little bit of I got offered a pass tonight at work, so I was lucky enough to come home. Made some dinner, mowed the lawn, cleaned up a little bit. Now I'm, as we just said before came on the air here, we're in crushing laundry mode because it's piling up between, five of us in the house. So it happens, but
Oh yeah,
here we are.
happens.
Listen, that's all I'm thinking about right now. Let's just get to it. 73s. We have a new bench boss. That bench boss who it didn't fly. He didn't fly in on my radar. It's a great pick. Obviously, we love it.
Fantastic
But
pick.
we got Mark Rideout as our new 73s coach.
What a legend. Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? I couldn't have anticipated this. I didn't really know the direction that Mike Paley was going to take it. I don't know if he was maybe going to, bring in a new face. Maybe this guy's young 20s, 30s, little to no coaching experience, but clearly Mike went in the opposite direction and he wanted experience and a guy who knows hockey. And who better than Mark Rideout, a guy who played from 1997 to the year 2000 in the OHL, split between Plymouth Whalers, Windsor Spitfires, as well as the Mississauga Ice Dogs, since relocated to Niagara. As well in that time, he played short stint, 6 games in Junior A with the NAHL, which I believe is across North America. It's North American Hockey League. I think they call it Tier 2 Tier 2 Division A hockey. So it's different between states and Canada, but there he played for the Texas Tornado. And then he closed out his playing career. As far as I know, this is just from Elite Prospects. Obviously, he could have played in other leagues around, but with the Windsor St. Clair Saints program in the OHAS R division. So 6 games there, 5 points. Very solid defenseman. He was a D-man in his career. So we'll see what that does for the team. Maybe he carries out similar style to Jamie McDermott. Maybe not. Who knows? But once again, we like to thank Jamie with his tenure
of course,
as coach. Did a fantastic job this year. I think it's a top 10 season of all time across Junior C. Great record. Obviously not the ending you want. Losing the final, it's same pain, different year, but I have a feeling this year might be a bit different. So,
I expect this team to be hard nose.
yep.
Hard nose where it's going to be in your face hockey. I expect us to be big. I expect us to be fast. I expect us to finish our hits. I expect us to stick up for each other. I expect us to I think like yes, we've had good teams in the past. We've always had good teams in the past, but I have a
Mhm.
feeling that this team is going to be something that we're not really used to seeing here in town here. So
Yeah.
I'm, which is good. We need it.
Yeah.
Um Nothing's been said for sure, but I'm also expecting brother Matt, former 73 captain, to also be on staff. Nothing
Mhm.
officially announced anybody. That's just me guessing, okay? So I'm
Right.
kind
They're
of
very tight knit,
yes,
right?
they are
Where
they are
one
very
goes,
they are very tight. Matt, I believe, coached in AAA. His team was very successful, and
of
that
course.
boy still bleeds orange. So I have a feeling that he's going to be on staff. But like I said again, people, nothing officially has been announced. Just what I'm guessing. So
Yeah.
I'm
Well, all of this, how Ant described the team's going to be, you'll get to hear it from the mouth of the horse himself
Mhm.
next week on Tuesday. And a horse he is. Ho
Yeah,
ho.
so we're interviewing new head coach. We're interviewing Mark on
Yep.
Tuesday. So we're looking for it to be out by Wednesday, Thursday latest. We're gonna try to get that out to you guys as soon as possible because we want
Indeed.
you guys to get to know Mark, and we want you guys to know his thoughts on the team and what he plans to do with the team and stuff like that. So
Great. Also, if
I'm
anyone's
excited.
interested, I believe it's open to the public to go and watch. I could be
The
mistaken, but the
the
73s
mini
are
camp,
having their camp this Saturday, Sunday.
I believe it is, yes.
Yeah,
27th
27th,
and
28th.
28th.
Well, so come out and watch that. Some young guys looking for talent. I believe this is mainly players not signed to cards, as well as a lot of kids coming out of AAA. 2007, 2006 birthdays.
Mhm.
So we wish those kids luck. It's always an honor to be invited to a camp like that, or to be accepted to even try out there, get on the ice with trying out for the best team in the league's history. We'll say
Mhm.
that. Uh, Lakeshore fans don't come at me. I'm just saying, like, the record stands
Mhm.
anyway. But also, actually, well, we'll wait on that. But
I'm expecting a couple new faces in the lineup too this year,
yeah,
but
we'll
we
see.
obviously
I have a
we don't
feeling.
know. We've been speculating. Like Tristan and I were talking off the air, but we've been speculating, and we're not going to say it.
Yeah,
But we've thought of a few moves, and if it's a few moves that we think it is, it's going to be
I have a feeling this
very good.
team next year, it's going to be a very fun hockey team to watch. I'll put it
Yeah,
that way.
yeah. If we
Yeah,
if we get the guys that we're speculating,
I'm not saying anything.
no, but I'm
I'm
saying,
all I'm saying is this 73s team
yeah.
is going to be a very good 73s team, as they always
Yeah,
are.
and
That's all I will say.
we don't know anything for sure,
No,
folks.
no,
So we
no.
don't know
This is
anything for
obviously, yeah.
sure. This has
We're
all
just
been the team isn't saying anything. Trust me, we've tried. Team's not saying anything. Everybody's tight lip and
yep,
for the right reasons. So we're gonna find out whenever you guys find out.
indeed. So, you know,
Look for that. But
yeah,
pay
eyes
attention
peeled,
though.
eyes
Yes,
peeled.
pay attention because there's gonna be some announcements coming up. So expect those. Let's move on up into the NHL. Kyle Dubas, it seemed that the Leafs had a deal out for him. Apparently, they went to him in March with a deal,
Hmm.
and he just said, "Let's wait until after the season or whatever to figure it out." Rumor Shanny went in. Then next thing you know, they decided that he's not going to be the general manager. He,
I can't believe that.
yeah. So then, but did you see Shanahan's press conference? So Shanahan went through everything, like how it happened, like the trade deadline, the this, the
Hmm.
that, the
So,
wild scene.
yeah, it seems like they were very there's a lot people tend to like people need to understand this. In a situation, especially in the NHL, it's a professional organization. They have no right to tell anybody about what happens behind closed doors.
Hmm.
And the reality is, a lot happens there.
Oh yeah.
People think, oh, everything's on social media in public. No. So people can't just assume, oh, this is a terrible move, Shanny. What are you doing? He was not the problem. Dubas isn't the problem. We can't say that for sure because Kyle Dubas, Shanahan said himself, there were some questions raised after Shanahan, or after, this is getting confusing. There were some questions raised after Dubas refused that initial contract extension because at that point, Shanahan said he said he had a very long drive home, right? And he was thinking stuff over, and he realized that he really only wants a guy who truly wants to be there, right? Not a guy who's gonna him and haw, a guy who's gonna be like, of course I'll sign the extension. Now, once again, that's not very professional in itself because people are allowed to make decisions, right? Like they have families, they have lives. You can't just expect someone to be, oh yeah, this is my profession. Like I'll pour my heart out for it. Okay, yeah, that's true, but like people have families, and we'll see what Dubas does from now. I believe he already has an interview for the Pens.
He already did it.
Vacant. He did? Okay.
He already interviewed.
Yeah,
I think he did it earlier today.
they put the axe chop on Ronnie Hextall there.
Yeah, and apparently Crosby was in the meeting as well.
Of course he was. Sid the kid, man.
He gets what he wants, man.
Sid the old man.
So
He's a good
I don't
guy.
know. Yeah, but we'll see. But it was weird. Shanahan's press conference, just the way that he laid everything out. Apparently, the deal that was being offered to Dubas, it was like 3 or 4 years at like $4 million or something.
You know what's sad? The GMs that build these teams get paid less than the players.
I know.
Like,
but in a way, like, as crazy as it sounds, I understand these guys are doing all the book work and the leg work and everything of it, but they're not the ones taking pucks off the face out on the ice either. So,
how much is Stevie Y making right now?
Oh, I know, but it's the.
No, I'm curious. How much is he making?
Check the Googler. See if it.
I don't know if that's even public. That's what I love about the Red Wings. So much mystery.
Yeah,
they never hand anything out.
Yeah, that's probably not. They're not saying anything on that, but
they just pay him like. Imagine he's just doing it on commission.
Shanny just didn't give a fuck. He was just saying whatever. He didn't care. That was the weirdest press conference I've ever seen.
No, he was like,
he was
very real. Like I like that he was like down to earth and he was straight up with everyone. He was just like, yeah, honestly, I didn't think he was the guy. And
who do you think the next guy here is going to be?
Huh, I would have said someone, but he left with Dubas.
Oh, Jason Spezza. So speculation, they're saying Brad Tree Living.
Yeah.
He had a really good interview, they're saying. And I know he's still in St. Louis. He still has another year or two, but Doug Armstrong was another one that was brought up.
Oh.
But he also has a clause in his deal that if he chooses that he can break his contract or whatever to go to a team, to a list of teams. He only has a certain list that he could break that for. And Toronto is one of the teams on the list. So that's a little more speculation.
I would think that Brad Tree Living would actually be a good move. And I'll say this also, Shanahan evidently made phone calls to the core four or texts or something of the sort, a contact that said
someone's going, dude.
Yeah, but he said, "Oh, you won't be." It's all smoke and mirrors. He's trying to divert them and be like, "Oh," because first thing that's going to happen if any of them liked Dubas, obviously they did. He gave them the money they wanted. He was pretty player friendly in that sense. They're probably running to their agent, going, "Oh, now what's going to happen, right?"
Well, Matthews is probably shitting his pants right now.
He doesn't. It's all up in the air. I think, man, you look at player comparisons.
I've heard he wants
young RFAs.
I've heard that Matthews,
if they don't, sorry.
No, I've just heard that he wants in the area of $15 million. He wants to be the highest paid player in the league.
He is not the best player in the league.
No, he wants to be the highest paid, apparently.
This year, he wasn't even top 5.
Why?
That's right, I said it.
The contract I think that hurt him the most was JT. Because Dubas signed him to like 10, 11 million bucks a year.
He got him out of the first round.
Yeah, I know.
I'll give him a pass. I'll give him a pass.
The money hurt though. It set him back. And then now if you want to sign Matthews to this big deal, what are you going to do? Put him on another bridge deal? He just came out of a 4 or 5 year deal.
Brad, sorry.
Keeping you
Excuse me.
awake here.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Brad tree living would be great because guess what he did with an RFA who wanted too much money?
Said see ya.
Matthew Kachuk.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's not afraid to make those
Mind
big
you,
moves.
Florida won that trade, but
Oh.
when it first happened, people were thinking it was absolute highway robbery
Mhm.
by tree living. Kachuk for Huberdeau and Uyghur, their best defenseman, arguably. Him and Ekblad are pretty close. Now Montour, and Huberdeau, who was a top
Mhm.
top 3 point producer last year. He just got him like that. Unfortunately, they were terrible this year. That's called being the victim of the Daryl Sutter system.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know, man. It's crazy, this whole GM thing. So we'll see. I imagine the Leafs are going to hire somebody soon because they got what, 5-6 weeks before July 1 when they got to get Matthews signed over the summer. Because if they don't,
And what is it, June 20? Is it the 27th or the 28th? They got the
yeah,
draft.
if they don't, you have to seriously start thinking
Yeah.
about a trade.
And this also, you got to think about this. GMs, like if this person is like a GM who's with a different org or has been off from an organization for a while, they haven't been with that team to even try and start scouting.
Hmm.
The scouting team's been doing it, but do you think the GM, like, he's going to be out of the loop?
If you had to guess which one of the core four is going, who's going?
Okay, this is such a.
I understand Nylander's a little more cap friendly
So I
deal.
would say William Nylander makes the most sense. Who do I think it's going to be? Mitch Marner.
Mhm. I was thinking that
Actually,
too.
scratch that. Austin Matthews.
Yo, you think it's Matthews?
Yep.
Bet you he goes to LA or something like that. Like I said, what an episode or two ago, that I thought it was going to be Mitch Marner. I think it is going
Yeah.
to be the one to go. But the thing is, though, he's kind of one of the more fucking valuable ones where it's a lot of cap space you're going to get. But do you think like is Toronto going to have to retain half of his salary, or are they going to like?
Yep.
That's the thing. And Willie's contract's a little more cap friendly. But to me, during the playoffs, Willie was one of the only ones that actually fucking showed up and played in the playoffs. So like, why do you want to get rid of him? But I know he's only at 6 point something or so there's so many different variables that are coming into
Exactly.
play when it comes to these core four that I'm curious to now see
I,
what's going to happen.
I think the only one that's it's safe to say you scratch off the list.
It's JT because no one's going to want that deal.
Exactly. Unless someone just comes out of nowhere and is like, yeah,
They're
we
looking
want that.
for a veteran guy, but even then, Toronto's going to have to retain some salary.
Probably, depending on
Right?
the team.
I think no matter what they do, they're going to retain some salary. They have to.
Totally. They have to. Like you said, yeah, it's mm,
It's not like they're getting that much off the books. Even at most, you're going to get what, 5-6 million bucks off the books, depending on who goes.
what do you mean?
Well, let's say, well, it's all depending on how much term they have on their deals. But let's say it's Marner. Marner's making what right now?
10.5 or
Okay,
11?
so he's got 20 million bucks, let's say, left on his deal. Well, Toronto, if they're going to have to retain half, so that's 10 million bucks. That's technically only 5 million bucks a season.
Right. I
So
don't
it's
think they
not
would
that much when you come to think about it, though.
I don't think they're going to retain that. I think you just give them up for 10 or whatever it is, 11. There's some teams who can do it, and I alluded to this. I was talking with you pre-show. I think a team that could do it would be a team like the New Jersey Devils. They got a lot of cap space coming up to them this summer, and they got 2 RFAs.
I'd like to see him in Detroit. Kidding me?
Eh,
But do you think they're going to want to trade him to a
you
team
never know.
in
You could
their
be right.
division, though? In
No,
their division, though?
no.
That's what I
But the
mean. They're not going to.
problem is, the Detroit Red Wings do not need another elite playmaker.
No, we need a sniper.
No, they've got Lucas Raymond, who is a good playmaker. They got Jonathan Berggren, who came out this year as a rookie, won Detroit Sports Fox Sports Detroit Rookie of the Year. There we go.
Yeah, I seen that.
I like. They got playmakers.
Mm.
They need a goal scorer. And I don't think it like Mitch Marner is he is what he is at this point. He's a playmaker. He's going to score you 30 goals and 70 assists.
Detroit needs that 40, 50 goal guy.
Yes. Like pure goals.
Like pure sniper. That's what they
Like
need.
there's not even the thing about like they don't have to be nice goals. You know guys who just find the net naturally.
Yeah. Just just score goals, man. Make it cross that red line. That's all we care about.
That's what you need. But anyhow, out of the core four, we'll see what comes of it there.
So speaking of Red Wing players and stuff, Joey Veleno, kind of ugly scene at the World Championships.
What are you doing?
I don't know. Fuck.
What are you doing, Joe Veleno?
Yeah, I know.
He literally just goes up on the boards. It was Niederreiter. To be fair, Niederreiter was also like hacking and whacking on him 5 seconds before.
You don't stomp on somebody though. That's different.
Yeah. Well, are you kidding me? You want to slice a guy's leg open or tear a tendon in his leg and end his playing career?
So you still want to hey folks, everybody out there. So you still want to take fighting out of the game? Think about that.
It's just one of those things you don't even expect it. Like it catches you off guard. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't know whether to fight or not. You're like, did he really just do that? It's like when Callahan got licked in the face by Marchand. You're like, what?
We'll have to keep an eye out when those teams meet in the NHL regular season too, whether that gets settled.
Is Niederreiter still on Winnipeg? Or is he a free agent now?
I thought he was in Minnesota.
He got traded to Winnipeg, I think. Or wait, am I stupid? I
look him up. Look him up. I could have sworn he's in Minnesota now. I could be wrong too. Or is he in New York?
No. I think I'm pretty sure he's with Minnie. Or no, he's with Winnipeg. I was right.
Okay. Well, at least one of us got it right. Was he with Minnesota at a point?
He was with Minnesota.
Okay.
7 years ago. I'm kidding. It was like 5 years ago. But.
Okay, still though. Jeez, I'm 5 years old. Get it together, Ant.
He played for the Canes, which I remember, and then he was on the Preds this year and got traded to the Jets.
Oh, okay. So he's with the Jets. Jeez, Ant.
And then he was on New York.
The Islanders?
New York 11 years ago.
The Islanders?
Yeah, this guy's. I think he's in New York or Minnesota.
I'm stuck in the fucking past, dude. I'm 11 years out here.
You might have well has been saying like, isn't he projected to go top 10 in the draft this year?
Yeah, I wouldn't be far off. Jesus, that's terrible.
Funny enough, I think he actually went like 5th or 6th overall or something. But
brutal. Let's get into the conference finals here. Just two shit kickings right now, as of right now. Two just beat downs. Florida is currently up in the second intermission right now. It's 3-2. Florida in game 4 as we record on Tuesday night here or Wednesday night.
Officer Bobrovsky.
Oh my God. Okay, let's just get into that. This guy is incredible.
He is such an. Oh my gosh.
Florida legit might win the Stanley Cup. Like they have with him playing like this. And Kachuk, it's going to be flip a coin for Conn Smythe. It's just everybody's hot right at the right points, and it's just
everything's
crazy,
just clicking, right?
Man. But Vegas looks good too, though.
Vegas, I don't want them to win. I will forever hate Vegas.
Why?
Because they were so good their first year. No team should be able to do that.
Well, Seattle made a nice run.
It was laid out to them on a platter. They were given Marc-Andre Fleury. They were given Riley Smith and Marchessault from the same team who still play for them to this day and lead them in playoff points. And then like they trade away all their young prospects to try and win. It's really the dumbest. Like I'm telling you right now, everybody, if you're a Vegas fan, sorry, because in 2 years from now, your team is going to be literally the bottom of the league.
Yeah.
And Jack Eichel's going to be stuck in mayhem again. So you better hope you win this year.
Yeah, true. But
like Mark Stone is ancient. That guy, it makes me mad how good he is. Because I'll credit to him, he's a great player. But he is the slowest man you have ever seen on skates.
It's because he's Johnny on the spot. He's always in the right spot at the right time, and he's got a cannon for a shot.
He's good at stealing pucks too.
Yeah.
Fantastic two-way player.
And he'll sneak behind their D and take that long stretch pass because he's a sniper. So he can score, but he'll take that long. How many times do you see him do that? Sneak behind him, he gets that long stretch pass.
I
Bye.
was watching something very interesting on the play-by-play during the intermission. They were talking about the zone entries, and clearly Vegas has found a way to crack Dallas's system, and it showed in all 3 games. I don't know how the Stars haven't picked up on this, but the announcers did, or whatever system of people run the stuff that you talk about during the intermission. The zone entry. So imagine the blue lines here, right?
Yeah.
You're the net, or the
Yeah.
screen is the net. What they do is they know the Stars have a hole in their breakout defending style. They'll have one back checker, so one forward, most likely the center, with 2D behind the blue line. Then they have 2 forwards come up that right side of the ice. There's a pocket in the left side of the ice at the blue line. Vegas uses that as a stretch pass all the time, and it's a free zone entry every time. No dump it in. They just carry it in, and they get plays.
Well, you can tell. Well, look at the way the series has been.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie Benn too gets kicked out a minute into like a minute and 40 seconds in the game 3.
Okay, that might be the dumbest move I've seen done by a captain in my life.
That might be the dumbest response I've ever heard in the media. Jamie Benn, what are you doing? Oh, I fell and I just, like, dude, you didn't fall. You stood above him. You looked pissed off, and then you cross-checked him. It's right there. In 2 games, to me, is worth it. That's what you should have got.
Oh, we should have got more.
But actually, technically, it's 3 games because he got kicked out for that whole one. So they probably wanted it to be 3 games. So that's why he got that one and then 2, right?
Right. It was, and he puts his team in such a bad spot. Like, it was a 5-minute. Luckily Vegas only scored 1, but it didn't matter. 3-0.
Fucking captain.
Can we talk about this guy is getting underrated right now? Aiden Hill, Vegas's goalie. They've had 5 goalies they've been playing with. Aiden Hill's the one who's been he's stuck. They threw it at the wall and he's stuck. He's good.
He's doing some thumping right now. That's for damn sure.
Man, and then Ottinger's falling apart.
Yeah,
good Lord.
He really fell off, eh?
He let in 3 goals on 5 shots. Like, what are you doing?
Man.
I could do that.
It's crazy.
I could let in on 3-on-3 shots. But it's like,
by the way, the first 2 games of this series, 2 games of this series, it's the first time in NHL history that the conference finals, the first 2 games of each series were also ended in overtime. One of those being in, what was it, the 5th overtime, 4th or 5th overtime?
Almost the 5th. There was 11 seconds left in the 4th.
Maddie, I believe,
won both.
I forget what the stat was on that though.
There's only, I think the last guy to do it was Jaromir Jagr, wasn't it? They were talking about
I thought they said it was Rocket Richard. Yeah, don't quote me, but I think the one that they said, I think it was Rocket Richard was the other one to do that.
That's the only person? You're right. I do remember them saying Rocket Richard, but I thought he was the first one to do it.
Yeah, so Maddie was the second, I believe. It was only him and look it up, please.
I will.
So the stat is to score back-to-back overtime goals in the conference finals, I believe, is what the stat is. And I think it's Matty Tkachuk and Rocket Richard are the only 2 to do it. Which, if that is, that's fucking wild. If that is the stat.
What separates them? 70 years?
Something like that, yeah. It's crazy. What a guy to have that same record with, man. Or is it, I don't know if it's back-to-back or, I don't know. He's coming up on another one if he gets another overtime winner or something like that he's got another record, I think. It's crazy the way he's just elevated his game in these playoffs. That what he's doing right now is truly something special, and we're all kind of witnessing history. It's pretty sweet. It's fun to watch. That's for damn sure. Did you find it over there or what?
The 3 overtime goals this post. Oh, I can't find it. So he's tied the record for most overtime goals in a postseason.
Okay, so
That-
so that's the one I was thinking of maybe, but I'm almost positive that the only other one to go back to back like that was Rocket Richard. I think it
I
was.
remember reading that somewhere. So
Mhm.
we'll
Hopefully I'm
see.
right.
Anyway,
But how many guys have actually done that? Like, come on.
I feel like Yager did it. Yarmir Yager was like, if there's one guy, my dad would agree with me too. He's the guy who told me this, and if there's one guy you want in OT, like from all time, just
Mhm.
a guy you want on your team in OT, like he's gonna go out there and single-handedly win the game. Yarmir Yager was just a force to be reckoned with.
Mhm.
6'4", 225 pounds, just an animal.
Also, too, Max Domi got fined 5K for his cross check. Just fight him, Max.
I
Like,
know.
I understand money's not the issue. Just fight. Like, for anybody, okay, for anybody, oh, you can get like, okay, like for instance, there was that story. Okay, that kid that got in a fight, a 12-year-old hockey fight broke out.
I saw it.
Yeah, and they were punching each other with their gloves and cages still on. Little Johnny got a concussion, and his mom's like losing his. But this kid got charged. This kid got criminally fucking charged for a hockey fight that they never even dropped their gloves. These kids were 12 years old, I believe. We were 14 years old. We were dropping our gloves, taking our lids off, squaring up, and no one fucking batted an eye.
Times have changed, unfortunately.
Yes. Do you think? I think there's more snowflakes now on the ice than there is hockey players like nowadays. Like, it's crazy. I don't get it. Like, I want hockey to be hockey again. If little Johnny doesn't like being the rough stuff, then don't let little fucking Johnny play hockey, okay? Maybe
Little
little
John.
Johnny should play golf or fucking tennis or something with little Tommy. Okay? Like, I don't know.
We can't start saying little Johnny, man. We got a name Johnny now. We
I
don't want to be
know.
putting him down.
I know. I don't mean him though, but I'm just saying. But
Yeah.
it's like,
No,
you
that
know,
Johnny ain't little, but
not Johnny's also not a puss either. So, well, I mean, if we're being
one way to
honest
put it.
here, if we're being honest here, so I expect charges to be dropped on that kid because, like, come on.
Yeah, no judge is gonna look at that unless it was like egregious, but no, it was just a fight. It's
It'd
not
be
like he's. I've seen a clip. Oh my gosh, I saw a clip online of a guy in beer league knocks
two
another
hand.
guy out with an elbow, then he hacks him with the stick while he's on the ground. Have you seen that?
Yeah, yeah,
That's
dude.
ridiculous.
I've seen like,
That's an assault charge. Your stick is
oh,
not a weapon.
dude,
Crying out loud.
or the guys that try to stomp on people or kick people, like those are the ones that should be charged. You don't like.
That's how you get your teeth put in with a
Well,
stick.
that's yeah. Like if someone
If someone tries to do that to you, like don't even fight them at that point. Put their head in the boards.
Oh
Like,
man,
oh
when I was
Darren,
younger, when I was
DMAC, the
younger,
little knee to the face.
yeah, do the old DMAC knee. But when I was like when I was younger, I would score a lot of goals and stuff, so I would get slashed.
Hmm.
Like it was to the point where I had to wear like slash guards like on my wrists and shit because teams were trying to hurt me. So the one day I got slashed really good or something, and the one day, and I'll never forget it as long as I live. And I said to my dad and my father Rick and like my mom and stuff, I'm like, I'm sick of getting slashed, like I'm getting hurt, like I'm leaving the rink with bruises all the time. And I'll never forget it. My dad looked at me like dead straight in my face and was all he said, his exact words was, well, you got a stick in your fucking hands too.
There you
So
go.
you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
and then when I kind of thought about that. So I'm not even shitting you, probably like 2 games later, this kid like hacked me and he like went to skate away and it hurt. Like he
Yeah.
slashed me. The way it hit me on the arm, my whole arm went just pins and needles right away, right? Like it was
Yeah.
one of those. And my face went beet red, man. And I skated up behind this kid. I slashed him so hard in the leg, I broke my stick over this kid's leg. Like I was pissed. I
Your
got
dad's a
kicked out.
philosopher. He
Oh,
convinced
I
you.
got
You
and I'll
have a
tell you,
stick too,
man,
my son.
it was the slash heard around the league because that slash happened, and then after 2-3 games after that, well, 2-3 games I couldn't play. But when I came back, no one was fucking with me because like
No,
I
they
would
won't mess
rather
with you.
I tell guys even to this day when I play beer league, and I only play beer league, we fuck around and drink beer after the game. That's what we do. And I tell guys, body check me, punch me in the head, cross check me, even, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, don't slash me. If you slash me, I will go 0 to 100 and 0.2. Like
Not a fan, eh?
that's the only thing that will skill. It fucking hurts, man. You swing that
Yeah.
stick, fuck,
Oh yeah.
especially if you get hit with the heel of the blade.
Eesh.
Like, you know what I mean? You get that fucking hurts, man.
Yeah.
And I get hooked and held and all that shit all the time. I'm okay with that. It's the slashing I don't like. So if you ever
Yeah.
play against me and
Oh,
you
I
slash
won't.
me,
I won't put a big two hand on
and
your
you
wrist, but
slash me, you will get it back. And that is
oh
a
yeah,
promise.
I'll break my wrists, but
That is a promise. Or
yeah,
that's going to be a fight on site, one of the two. But
I'd
yeah,
probably take the fight over a slash from you. Honestly, you're a ball player, so
yeah, I could swing hard, very hard. There was also that was way off topic, but sorry, I kind of filled you guys in on a little
little
story
rabbit
there.
trail never hurt anybody.
Yeah, but we had a re-signing in Buffalo.
Yes, Kyle Pozo. He re-ups there in an extension. Their captain, staying there for one more year at 2.5. So read into that with what you will. But personally, I believe it means he won't be the captain uh after next year.
Mhm. Slight
He's
overpayment, but
he's got the C. It's nice. I think it's kind of a nice contract to lead him into retirement.
it's
Because
veteran presence too.
right, and I have a feeling he'll stick with that organization in some capacity once he does retire.
Mhm.
Uh, Similar to like what Spezza did with the Leafs, kind of
For
like a
sure.
legacy.
Yeah, the whole 1 year he was there in office.
Right. And then I think, well, anyway, I think something similar could happen with Okpozo. But I think guys like Tage Thompson could get looks at the C. I think a guy like Jeff Skinner, he'd be my pick. Seems like a good locker room guy. He's there forever with that $9 million contract, so you
Yeah.
might as well give it to him. Or even Rasmus Dahlin, right? Great defenseman, led them. Not really the captain type, in my opinion, but who knows?
I would go Thompson.
Yeah,
Throw it on the big fella.
I'd still lean Skinner, just because of his style. I'd want a guy like him to be my captain.
And I understand that, but maybe you put an A on him and you let a guy
He's had the A for
who
a while, but
no, yeah, but I mean, then just leave him with an A and let the young fella fucking, you know what I mean? Maybe he could be like a Stevie Eiserman, but in Buffalo, like we don't know that. Do you think Buffalo is going to really trade him anytime soon? So why not put a
no.
letter on him? He's kind of already the leader of the team,
Didn't he
no?
just sign like a monster contract?
So put a letter on him.
Yeah, I think
He's there. You're
he's
obviously not
there.
going to trade him.
Yeah, I just feel like I think Skinner still got like another 5 years at 9 mil. He's older, more experienced,
That's why I would leave an
better,
A on him
better, but a better track record. Why would you leave an A on him instead of the C?
because I like youth. I like the youth to lead,
You
and
you take youth over an experienced player.
he's still in the leadership group. He's just not wearing a C.
This is his first year with over like 30 points.
So we'll see what happens.
We will see what happens. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't know. This could go one of two ways. He either
how
becomes a power forward superstar like Lemieux, or this is a career year for him.
how old is Skinner?
29.
So
One sec.
if you slapped a C on him, he'd be roughly 34, 35 by the end of his deal.
Maybe he's 30 now. I'll check on that.
Even then, you're in the 35 range by the end of the deal. So yeah, I guess it's not horrible, but
Okay, yeah, he just turned, wow, he just turned 31, May 16th.
okay, so
So,
he'll be 35, 36 by the end of this
yeah.
deal. Which isn't horrible, but like, and I'm not saying this to be like sound like a dick or anything, but is he really going to be there by the end of this deal? Do you think?
No one's taking that contract, and he's pretty good.
I understand, but I mean, by the
He
time
was
he's
over,
34, 35, 36 years old, do you think he's still going to be at that same level he is right now?
I think he'll be good.
Unless he plays more of a defensive kind of role, like really flips it into a defensive role. But
He's a goal scorer.
that's what I mean. But that's what I like later when he's on the back nine. Is
Plenty of
he
guys
gonna
are
have to
still
switch his
good.
game? Huh?
Joe Pavelski, he's like
Yeah, I know.
39 years old.
Yeah, but he's a magician out front of the net, though.
But he does a lot of stuff outside of that.
Yeah,
People
but
don't appreciate.
what's he making though? Guarantee he's on a lot more team
Yeah,
friendly
well,
deal
here's
than
another
fucking.
thing though. Skinner has speed.
And Pavelski's also like 37 right now, I think.
Is he?
He's around my age, man.
Thought he was older, but
He
wow, you
might be.
you look good.
I'm 38.
You honestly look, or you seem. I'll say you seem younger than Pavelski.
It's because I'm very immature.
Pavelski and he's got a ginger beard. I always wondered that.
Yeah.
Why is there so many gingers in the
He's
NHL?
a ginger ninja. The way he tips pucks, holy shit.
Okay, he's 38.
Yeah, so he's my age.
Turning 39 this year.
When?
July.
Okay. So he's turning 39 in like 2 months.
Yep. Anyhow, we'll see. I like Jeff Skinner for the captaincy, though.
That's crazy, man.
Me and you were at a difference of opinion, it would seem.
I'm saying Thompson. You're saying I'm going youth. You're going experience, which is kind of.
And he's not even that old. It's not like he's like 34.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking he's going to be 36, 37 by the time that deal's fucking.
That's not that bad. It's not like 41 like some people sign their captains to into the end of time. Like Shea Weber. I think Shea Weber's going to get paid till he's 42. Like
he's going to be on that Max Scherzer deal. You ever see how fucking Scherzer's deal is structured?
Oh my gosh.
He's getting paid till he's like 50.
Dude, to this day, I think it still goes for another a year or two.
Bobby Bonilla?
No, I was going to say Rick DiPietro.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That guy,
MLB.
They signed him like, what was it? I forget what it was, but it's $6 million for 20 years or something. It was something stupid. He still gets paid. He gets paid $2.5 million until like 2025.
I know.
Every year.
I bet they can't wait for that to come off the books, though. Think about it, though. Scherzer's deals, like, he gets like 10 million for like, he's going to be retired for like 10, 15 years or whatever. And he's going to be making like 8 to 10 million a season. Retired.
Max Scherzer, man.
But think about it, though. These guys in the MLB and NFL and everything, like, they fucking sign these deals.
Yeah, but they also make stupid money. Like Javier Baez when he signed in Detroit.
Yeah, but the NFL, they do it where there's like so much of it is guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
Like they could sign a $250 million deal. Yeah, that's great. But if only 140 is guaranteed, only 140, I say like it's fucking chump change. But you know what I mean? But they could lose out on 110.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, it's, you know what? That's one way to look at it. And I also think that
the NHL is kind of guaranteed money. It's always guaranteed.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. It's a for sure thing, right? And NHL just makes more sense to me the way they operate compared to like I can't imagine how confusing it would be like when the NHL had no salary cap.
Mm-hmm.
Like
as sad as it is, and it kills me to say, the NHL is the one out of the 4 major sports league and it gets the least attention, and I don't get why. NBA, people are following LeBron James. He's fucking barely getting touched, flopping around on the court, complaining to the fucking referees. Like, doesn't even talk about his team. All he does is talk about himself, bounces fucking team to team. Like, I'll say it right now. I can't fucking stand LeBron James. I can't fucking stand him. I never have liked him. I probably never will like him. To be honest, I think he's a fucking arrogant asshole. But all
right,
it's true.
How do we get on LeBron James?
I hate him. I don't like him.
I don't prefer him either. But
he's a dink. But he
I don't know if we're allowed to use that anymore.
Whatever. I don't give a shit. He's still.
Listen, people, I'm the least woke person you'll find, but like there's sometimes when words can get misconstrued. We don't mean anything to the
Yeah.
population of
This is
people.
it's just my opinion, okay?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I
that's
think he's an
Ant's opinion.
asshole. There you go. How's that sound?
Fair enough.
Nothing. It's my opinion. It doesn't reflect anybody else, but whatever. Fuck. If you don't like it, I'm
Anyway,
sorry.
is
Sorry if
that all
you're a
for the hockey news, or was there
sorry
some?
if you're a LeBron fan.
Yeah, no, I don't.
LeBron.
Oh, those are the. I need to retire. Have you ever seen people who are like la and then they just
Yeah.
write something?
LeBron, seriously, man, just
You know what's
you're
stupid?
in the
You know what I
same
hate
boat
about
as
him?
me. Just fall back like your hairline, okay? Just relax.
I hate when he would try and say that he predicted stuff. Meanwhile, the outcome was like 1 in 2,000. He's like, "Yeah, I predicted that to happen." You're like, "Shut up, man! Like,
Yeah.
come on."
With his crystal ball. Yeah, fucking kick rocks. Jesus, brutal.
Exactly, kick
Anything
rocks.
else
That's a
that you
good way of
want
putting it.
to anything else you want to talk about besides the NBA that just I could complain about the NBA for 3 hours on here, but I don't want to bore
To
everybody.
be
So
completely honest, and I don't want to upset baseball fans, but I find baseball way more fun to play than to watch.
it's not
My
as
opinion.
bad now since they introduced the pitch clock.
Or going to a game live.
Mhm.
I can't. I will be completely honest. I will fall asleep watching a baseball game on TV. It's 3.5 hours of my life that I'll never get back. That's the way I look at it.
Games aren't going that long now with the pitch clock though. The pitch
Fair
clock,
enough.
they're only going now. There's been a couple games this year that were like just over 2 hours, those low scoring ones.
Really?
Yeah,
I've seen,
man.
but I also have seen a lot more games now going to extra innings.
Yeah, but did
So,
you see what they do in extra innings now?
right.
Extra innings now, your last out starts at second base with no outs.
Right.
So
That way, there's a greater chance of someone scoring first. That way,
now,
it's not going into like 20 innings.
yeah, now you're not getting those 18, 19 inning games, right? Which is cool
Right.
too. And it's more action. It makes you play small ball, what they call it.
Yep.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't mind
And
it.
that's what I appreciate too about baseball is once you get into those extra innings, it becomes a very much a mental game, and it's a lot of strategy, right? And I can appreciate that.
Baseball's a mind
Same with the
game.
NFL, but NBA is fun to watch, but like I don't like watching guys diving. I like the guys who are still kind of tough, you know? They still gonna
Yeah.
get in other players' faces. They're not afraid.
Yeah.
Like guys like Marcus Smart on Boston. Like those step right
Basketball
up and
players fight like soccer players too, a lot of them.
Dude, back in the day,
And
they
they're the
would
biggest dudes.
dude, back in the day, they would fight no problem.
You want to know what I want to
Like
see?
Wilt Chamberlain, like
Bill
grilled the guy.
Lambier. Let's see LeBron James drive the paint on Bill Lambier, and let's see what happens. Everybody's like, he'll eat up Bill Lambier, this and that. Yeah, go ahead, have your points.
Yeah,
You're gonna earn them.
get in a ring with Dennis Rodman, who's
Oh.
crazy.
Drive the lane on fucking Rodman and Bill Lambier and guys like that, and tell me how it works out for you, LeBron. You'll be over there sucking his thumb in the corner. That's what will happen.
The best thing is back in the day when you got fouled, they're fouling you into the nosebleeds.
No, they're
making
putting you in the
it's-
third row.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I mean, man. Like, I hate how they do the comparison of like MJ to LeBron. I know we're getting off topic here, but whatever. It's a sports show, but like, I hate how everybody does that. Like, it's just yes, the points, the stats, everything. Yes, all leads on LeBron, but just, I don't know. There's different videos out there and people. I think, who was the comedian?
Here's another one. Hey, Ant.
Who was it?
La down 3-0.
La Bum. That's
They're about to
the
get
only one
swept.
I'm pretty sure they did.
Did they? Hold the phone.
They did. Hold on, I'm gonna check for you here.
Yeah, they did. You're right. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Last
Yeah, they
night.
did because he's like, yeah, I don't know about my future, my career now.
Yeah, after he said he wanted to play with his kid, but
Anyhow,
whatever. This ain't fucking NBA podcast or whatever. So
after
wormhole.
enduring us talking about just about everything, that's part of podcasting, though, right?
Yeah,
Being
sometimes it
willing
happens
to
at the
talk
end of
about
an
other stuff.
episode.
It's not all routine. We're human beings. We're
Yeah.
not bot chat AI.
Yeah, sometimes, well, whatever. It's okay to talk about other stuff. Sometimes we are all done with our hockey talk and stuff. Anyways,
Yep.
what else do you have going on right now? You got work the rest of the week. What's your plans
Um,
leading into the weekend? Now that we'll kind of shoot the shit. Now that we're done all the hockey stuff.
I've got tomorrow night. I've got volleyball, and then this weekend I'm probably gonna hang out with some buddies, have a
Oh,
bonfire, live it up a bit. Not too big. Everyone knows me. For me, partying is a Mountain Dew and sitting by a campfire. All right, like. But anyhow, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm pretty just laid back. I'm trying to plan a vacation. We'll see. Get
where are you
away.
going? Is there any
Who
spot you're
knows?
thinking?
Probably just up north. I got family up there. I'd like to get up there and go fishing, you know. I got an uncle who I'm pretty close with up there. He doesn't watch this, but shout out Uncle Jason. He's a good one.
There you go. Boom.
Yep.
Maybe you can get him watching this.
Maybe. He's very reserved person.
I was just gonna say reserved.
Yeah. But we'll see. No, he likes hockey too, so
That's
anyhow.
great. Speaking of hockey, I say we watch the rest of this game. We'll talk to everybody next week. Remember, next week it's probably going to be later next week. Look for that Mark Rideout the Mark Rideout interview, because that's going to be coming up. Like I said, if all goes well, nothing changes with anybody's schedules, we're going to be interviewing him on Tuesday.
Sweet.
So we're hoping to get that out by Wednesday or Thursday. I'm going to try to push Drew a little bit to get it out, hopefully Wednesday for you guys.
Drew,
And,
get cooking, man.
Yeah, Drew's been usually, if he knows that we want something out, and let's face it, in this area right now, Mark Rideout is a pretty hot topic in this area right now. So we definitely want
He's
to talk
so
to him,
awesome.
see
Mike
his
Paley
views
is
of
a
the team.
genius.
Yeah. So until next week, then, and Tristan, we're signing off. We're out of here. See ya.
See ya.
I've lost my fight with time. My number's up and up the line. I gaze at the darkness, so empty. Just looking for the light. Shout for help, but no one's there. Need a guiding hand, someone who cares. All alone in the darkness, I've realized for the first time I am scared. If I could do it all again, if I had one more chance, my friend, I would rewrite all my wrongs. I would find where I belong. I got lost along the way. I had so much more to say. If I could do